Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel, Mauh Tarot. My name is Mauh, and I am doing a tarot reading for Virgo suns for the full year of 2021. So we'll be going month by month, starting January 2021. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, and November, and December 2021. So I've already shuffled my cards, but I love shuffling my cards. It makes me feel like I'm getting ready for the reading. I hope you're doing well. This reading, like I said, is for Virgo sun sign. So if your birthday falls between, and I believe it's September 22nd to October 22nd, that means that your sun sign is Virgo. Virgo, your card is the Hermit in the tarot. It's about wisdom, isn't it? The Hermit is about inner wisdom, inner seeking, inner knowledge, inner discovery. I feel like that's something that we were all sort of tapping into during the year of 2020 because we all had to stay inside and get to know ourselves better, right? So thankful today is December 31st, so it's New Year's Eve here in the Northern Hemisphere for where I live. Let me just tell you how this is going to work. So I'm shuffling my tarot cards now. I'm using the Alice the Wonderland Oracle and this new tarot deck I got for Christmas, Everyday Witch Tarot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scry my crystal ball for a message. Then I'm going to shuffle again a little bit the cards, lay them out for month by month, and then lay out the oracle cards month by month. And after I read them all, I read by intuition. I'm going to read the energy of the cards for each month for you. And after I read all the tarot and oracle cards month by month, I'm going to pull another tarot card for your overall lesson for 2021. Virgo suns. And I'm going to finish up by using my crystal ball once again, scrying for a message, and then you are free to go. And I hope you enjoy this video. This is the last video of the zodiac signs that I have to do for 2021. So I'm finishing just before January 1st, and January 1st is tomorrow, and I'm going back to work tomorrow for the first time in quite a few months. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm wondering what you're looking for 2021. What are you looking forward to? What are you anticipating? Have you made a vision board? Have you created a list of intentions for yourself for 2021? I feel like even though as a witch, I do believe I was celebrating the new year at Samhain as well. It's nice to celebrate the new year with the rest of the world who celebrates the new year coming on January 1st. So enough with my chitter chattering. Let's get a message from the crystal ball for you, Virgo suns. So I know it sounds a little bit strange to say this, but I see the reflection of my tripod in the crystal ball, and it's calling to me to point out that this is what I see. And I don't know if it has to do with social media for you, Virgos. I don't know if it has to do with being in the spotlight. Perhaps that's what the crystal ball is telling me, is that it's about you being in the spotlight. As an earth sign, you are very grounded, and people look to you for advice. They look to you for the logical solutions that you have within yourself. People find you very helpful. People find you very down to earth. People find you wise, just like your Hermit card. And I think the new year 2021 is just bringing you an abundance of wisdom, an abundance of ability to be seen by the people around you far and wide, and to be appreciated for who you are. And I don't know why the tripod is just being pointed out to me so obviously, because it seems like that is such an obvious reflection. But I think it's about things that are right before your eyes, that are right before your face, things that are obvious to you. And they're obvious to you because you are walking in wisdom and you're walking in a logical light where things are exactly what they seem to you and nobody can pull the wool over your eyes. So that's a good message. It's good to be self-sufficient and not to allow anybody to pull the wool over your eyes. So I'm just going to shuffle a few times and then I'm just going to pull the cards up from the top. So January 2021, February 2021, March 2021, April 2021, May 2021, June 2021, July 2021, August 2021, September 2021, October 2021, November 2021, and December 2021 for Virgo suns. Thank you, universe. Okay, January 2021, February 2021, March 2021, April 2021, May 2021, June 2021, July 2021, August 2021, September 2021, October 2021, November 2021, December 2021. So let's go ahead and read your cards for 2021, Virgo suns. January 2021, we have card number 23 for the Oracle card. It says, "We're all mad here. Everyone is a little different." Everyone is a little different. And the tarot card is the Magician. It's a major arcana card, card number 1. It is representing a strong energy of ability to manifest for yourself. The Magician is a confident individual. And so I see that in January, you're feeling confident. You're feeling safe in your skin. And you're embracing your differences, what it is about you that is different from other people. You're embracing your individuality. The card says, "We're all mad here. Everyone is a little different." And so I do feel like with this Oracle card, it's saying that you're embracing your difference. Being an earth sign, you are well grounded into the earth. And people look up to you for, yes, your grounded advice, but also for the fact that you are different from them. You're different from the rest. And everyone's a little bit different from each other in a different way. But I do feel like that's something that you're embracing in January. And with the Magician card, what comes to mind for me when I look at the Magician card is the fact that the Magician creates what the Magician wants to see in his or her life. And so there's a powerful energy of manifestation in January of 2021 for you, Virgo suns, because the Magician manifests what the Magician is thinking about into reality, bringing what is above and bringing it down below, bringing what is from within and bringing it without, bringing what is in the universe and bringing it into the Magician's soul. So really working with the energies around you is what I see for you for January 2021. You're really working with the things that you have around you. You're feeling self-sufficient in your competencies. You're feeling like you have enough. You don't feel like you're in want for anything that is going to help you to achieve, because you're achieving with everything that you have around you. You have everything you need, and it is within you that you have everything that you need. It's not from something that is without of you, without of you who you are. And so you are feeling very self-sufficient in January 2021, and you are not craving to have more than what you already have. There's a feeling of abundance, but also a feeling within yourself, a feeling of abundance, and also a feeling of contentment, just being content with what you have, being content with what you are manifesting, with what you already have. So I do feel like that's the energy I see for you for January 2021, Virgo Suns. So let's go into February 2021 for Virgo Suns. The oracle card we have is card number 1, All in the Golden Afternoon. Inspiration, creative spark, imagination, conception. For February 2021, All in the Golden Afternoon. Imagination, creative spark, inspiration, conception. And the tarot card we have for February 2021 is the Three of Pentacles. Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. The Three of Pentacles is about creating a masterpiece, creating beauty through your own inspiration, through your own motivation, working with those around you to create beauty in your outward world. There's a lot of artistic energy and inspiration coming to you in February 2021. All in the Golden Afternoon, for me, this card represents the golden hour. I don't know if you've ever heard of the golden hour. It's a time when the sun is going down, and the sun is casting a light on everything it's touching that makes it look like it's got a rose gold color hue to it. And All in the Golden Afternoon reminds me of that rose gold colored sunset effect, and how beautiful and how magical and how peaceful and how divine that rose gold effect that the sun has on everything it touches is. And so this card says inspiration, creative spark, imagination, and conception. And then we have this card that's pointing out an artist. In this card, these people have paintbrushes and they're creating. And so the energy around you for February is one where you have a lot of strength to express yourself artistically. You are inspired by your surroundings to create, to demonstrate your creative abilities through what you are manifesting. Like with the Magician card in January, what you were manifesting is now showing up in your creative endeavors. And the Three of Pentacles is also in the original Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, is a card where there's a blueprint that is being followed. And so there's a blueprint in your heart, in your mind, as to what you want to create with your life, what you want your masterpiece to be. And your masterpiece can be anything. Your masterpiece can be your life and how people perceive you. Your masterpiece could be a tarot deck that you're working on that you want to release to the world eventually. Your masterpiece could be getting your learner's or your driver's license and being able to demonstrate how well you drive, how skilled you are at following the rules of driving and being a good driver. Creative energy doesn't have to be only about art. Creative energy can be how you express yourself to the world. And I do feel like in February of 2021, Virgo Suns, you're really tapping into feeling at peace with how you're expressing yourself to the world, how you're coming across to the people that you're coming in contact with, what you're leaving behind is your legacy. And that doesn't mean that, you could be young, you could be old. It doesn't mean that you're leaving a legacy because you're finishing your life. It just means you're creating a legacy so that when you do leave this world, people will remember you for what you were best at doing, which is creating your intentions into a physical manifestation, like with the Magician card in January. So February is really carrying on from January with the Magician card. And the Magician card, don't forget, in this reading, you only have one major arcana so far, and it's the Magician, right? And the Magician is really an overall energy. So even though we have the Magician for January and we have the Three of Pentacles for February, it just means that the Magician is coloring your year so far, 2021, with the ability to manifest what you want to see in the world. So let's go on to March 2021 for you, Virgo Suns. Okay, well, March we have card number 42. It's called Mortality. Life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. And I was talking about your legacy, right? And when you think about your legacy and what you are remembered for when you pass from this life to the next, you think about mortality, right? Because you think about how much time you have left to be able to create the life you want to create and the life that you want to leave behind for people to remember you by. And we have the Five of Swords, So Five of Swords is indeed a little bit of a difficult time, but it's also in how you view life, because you can view, like as you see in this Five of Swords, there's a woman who's enjoying the view. This woman is enjoying the view of the swords and the smoke. There's a woman who's looking a little bit perturbed, a little bit distressed. And then there's a woman who's straight out crying and bawling at the situation. And I think that this card, all three of the people in this card, they are witnessing the same event, and yet they are all responding to it in a different way. One is responding in awe, one is a little bit disturbed, and one is completely crying and upset with life and upset with how things are going in that moment in time for her or for him. So I think the Five of Swords is really saying, how do you view life in March? How are you looking at life, and can you reframe the events that are happening around you and to you? Can you reframe them in your mind so that the way that you view them allows you to view them with awe and respect and a sense of dignity within yourself, that you are experiencing this so that you can grow? The universe is pointing out to you something that you can look at in a bad way or in a good way. When I say in a bad way or in a good way, I mean in a positive light or in a negative light. How are you going to see the event that is taking place, or the events that are taking place in March of 2021? I think that this card is saying that you're taking the events and you're looking at them in a positive light, because it says life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. And I think that that's a message from the universe that says that in March, if you feel like you're being a little thrown off by the events and a little bit perturbed by them, I think that the universe is telling you to remember that life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. And so whatever situation is taking place in March that might make you feel a little bit off balance, or might make you feel a little bit disturbed or sad, remember that life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live, and you only have one life to live. So I think that in March, even though there could be a little bit of difficulty for you, just like there's difficulty in life at all times, there's always something that we can look at in a difficult light, and then we can always look at it in a positive light as well. We can remember the things we are grateful for, the little things like having a home, or having a cell phone, or having food to eat, or having your health, or having friends or a family, or having the ability to communicate, having the ability to do what you love. There's so many things to be grateful for. And I think the mortality card is saying, like, we don't live forever, right? We don't live in this life that we're currently in forever. There's going to be a time with the mortality card where we are going to pass on to the next life, and the Five of Swords is not going to matter anymore, right? The way we look at the things that we see as being sad is not going to matter anymore when we go on to the next life. We're going to say, I don't think that situation that I endured really matters when I'm experiencing my final moments, and I'm realizing how brief, bright, beautiful, and mine life was to live, So I think that March just reminds you that life is short, and that there are going to be bumps in the road, but it's all about how you see the total picture, how you are framing the picture. Are you framing it in a pink frame? Are you framing it in a gold frame? Are you even framing it at all? Are you letting life just run over you like a steamroller, or are you actually taking time to decide what colors this painting looks good in? What is the frame that I can put around this situation that will look the best on it? What is the most positive outlook that I can see? And if I can't see any positivity, how can I view the event that took place where I was feeling negative when it's finished, and when I'm looking back on it? Can I see it as a time where I was able to grow and feel good about the fact that I've grown over that difficult situation? Or am I becoming bitter? So it's really about how you see things in March of 2021, Virgo signs. So January, February, March, now April 2021, we have card number 44. You can't go back to yesterday, be in the present. April 2021. And the tarot card we have is the Star card, which is all about hope. And this is a major arcana card as well, card number 17, the Star. It's tinging your reading with the element of hope. It's really bringing that element of hope to your reading, along with the Magician cards, that card that brings the element of manifestation. You can't go back to yesterday, be in the present. I think that you can't go back to yesterday, be in the present for April 2021. Universe is telling you that you need to keep looking forward, because that is where your hope resides. Keep living in the present. It says be in the present and keep looking forward, looking ahead. Don't look down. Don't look down in defeat, but continue to look towards the hope that you have. You can't go back to yesterday. Don't live life in regret. April is bringing that energy of hope. April is bringing in that energy of forward thinking. The Star card is ruled by, well, not ruled by, but the Star card symbolizes Aquarius, who is ruled by the planet Uranus. And Uranus is a forward thinker. Uranus can't be held down. Uranus wants to break free. And I think that that's partly what you want. You don't want to keep dwelling on the past in April of 2021. You want to break free and live life in the present. And you're feeling very hopeful for yourself that there is everything that you could possibly desire within the present tense. And that your hope is that you are looking forward to the future and creating the life that you want, especially like I said, with the Magician card, with the card that you had in January, which was a major arcana, which is an energy of manifestation. And I do feel like the Star card, the 17, the Star card, which also major arcana, is about manifestation through hope. A lot of what you are manifesting in April is based on the fact that you have hope for the present and hope for what is to come. There is a strong sense of hope in April of 2021 for you, Virgo. There's a strong sense of connection to the earth, but also connection to the above realm. So you see she's connecting to the above realm, and she's also connecting to the earth. And so there's a connection. There's a theme here in this star card that is similar to the Magician, where in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Magician is pointing up and is pointing down, as above, so below. Again, that saying, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. And it's really bringing a sense of wholeness to your life. I feel like in April, there's a sense of wholeness. There's a sense of completion. There's a sense of satisfaction. I'm really feeling that. And what more could bring you hope than all those feelings of completion, satisfaction, you know, all those hopeful things that you're feeling in April of 2021. So let's go into May 2021, okay? So in May of 2021, we have card number 31, which is an oracle card, which says, believe, strange encounters. And we have the Three of Swords. Interesting. Strange encounters and the Three of Swords. For May 2021, believe. There is a sense of heartbreak in May 2021. As you see, there's three swords going through the heart, but this is the Three of Swords, so there is a sense of heartbreak in May of 2021. I don't know specifically what you will be having heartbreak about just yet. Perhaps we will be able to find through intuition and guidance what it is you will be feeling heartbreak over with the Believe card and Strange Encounters. There's a sense of spirituality here in May of 2021 with the Believe card, Strange Encounters, and the Three of Swords. There's a sense of spirituality. In this Three of Swords, there's a journal on the bed and there's a quill and some ink. And the ink is being spilt on the bed. And there's a crow in the rain outside the window. So there is a sense of beauty with this heartbreak. There's a sense of whimsical element to this heartbreak. It could be that you want to keep believing in humanity, but humanity has let you down. Strange encounters could be that you met someone that you were falling head over heels in love with, and yet that person deceived you or let you down or broke your heart. It could be a short time or it could be a long time that you experience this heartbreak with the Three of Swords. There's something about the Three of Swords that is very challenging, and that's the fact that nobody wants to encounter heartbreak. Nobody wants to encounter a letdown, a sense of dread. There's a sense of dread with this Three of Swords where it's like, I don't want to feel this. I don't want to feel this anymore. I want to move on. And I do feel with the Believe card, there is that sense of moving on. Believe. But it's interesting because it says believe and then it says strange encounters, which doesn't seem to go hand in hand, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. It's interesting because there's a crow in this card, the Three of Swords, and a crow can symbolize good luck, or to some people it could symbolize bad luck. And again, there's that element of believing what you want to see and believing what it is you want to know and hear and become. There's really a strong sense of believing with this card. Of course, it says believe, and it's also about encountering something that is strange and unusual and something that you've never encountered before. So in May, you could be meeting somebody that you question their sanity. You could be meeting someone that you're questioning what they are thinking, what they're doing. It could be a fallout with a friend, and it could be that that friend lets you down. But I think that with the Believe card, even though you have the Three of Swords, I do want to touch on the fact that it is a beautiful room in this Three of Swords. And the journal, it's a beautiful journal on the bed. And there's that sense of journaling, writing down what it is that is bothering you, or writing down what it is that is causing you pain. So there's a sense of tapping into yourself, believing in your own therapeutic means to heal yourself and to encounter yourself. Perhaps the strange person you're encountering is you. Perhaps you're encountering a part of yourself that you've never encountered before. It could be a part of yourself that gives you heartbreak. Maybe you're facing your shadow side in May 2021 and you're thinking, I don't like this part of myself that I'm seeing, and it breaks my heart to know that this could be a part of myself. But remember, we all have a shadow side and we all have a light side, and that's what we have to believe, is that for as much negativity that you can think about yourself, for as much negative things that you can think of yourself, there's also just as many positive things. And I think that's the part, again, where you have to believe that there is a balance between light and dark, and everything in between. Could be that these three swords are symbolizing light and dark and everything in between, touching your heart, really being made manifest to your heart and being pointed out to your heart. It could just be something that you're experiencing from within. Maybe it's not somebody that's breaking your heart or deceiving you or letting you down. It could just be that you're feeling that negativity, positivity, and everything in between within your own heart. And it's really touching your heart to a strong extent. So that's what I see for May 2021 for you, Virgo Sun. It's a very intense month for you in May, isn't it? Because when we do that kind of self-reflection, we definitely grow a lot as well. So there is going to be a lot of growth for you in May of 2021 as well, Virgo Suns. So for June 2021, we have, for the Oracle card number 19, who in the world are you? Getting to know the new you. Which is interesting that it's following May with the Three of Swords and the Believe card, because it says, who in the world are you? Getting to know the new you. So you're just touching the surface in May of getting to know yourself. And let's see what the tarot card is for June. The King of Swords. Wow. Okay. So you went from the Three of Swords to the King of Swords. The Three of Swords in May and the King of Swords in June. There's a strong ability for the King of Swords to think clearly, to think logically, to think accurately. And so you are not thrown off by what happened in May within yourself or without of yourself, without what was coming in from without, or from what was coming from what was within. There's a strong sense of overcoming in June. There's something that you overcome in May, that now you have the King of Swords, and there's that Three of Swords transition to the King of Swords, saying you have mastered what was ailing you, what was causing you pain, what was feeling off balance to you. There's a strong sense of mastery in June with the King of Swords, pointing out what is important to you. And who in the world are you? Getting to know the new you. So as you've strengthened yourself from May into June and become the King of Swords, this card says, who in the world are you? It's like you don't even recognize your new self. Getting to know the new you. It's like you're getting to know this new person that came from your shadow side and came from within you. And so now you have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is a very in charge individual, is a very authoritative individual. So there's a strong authority sense within yourself. It's a strong sense of logic, thoughtfulness. There can be a little bit of a coldness to the King of Swords, but it's not because it's done in a mean way. It's more so because the king has to take charge, and so doing so means that the king, which represents you, has to cut off what is no longer necessary within the realm of what is around the king. So for you, it's going to be like, what is it that's no longer benefiting you? How can you cut that off with a clean cut and keep moving forward with finding out who you are and getting to know the new you and embracing this King of Swords energy of feeling in control and feeling very logical and very thought through and thorough. So it seems a little confusing to me, a little bit. June sounds like a little bit of a confusing month because, I mean, you Virgos being an earth sign and having that King of Swords, which represents the element of air, sometimes the air can move the earth gently, and sometimes the air can move the earth in a strong and powerful way. And so I think it's all about balance for you and getting to know who you are with the who in the world are you. There's that energy with the King of Swords being air, saying sometimes you will take control like the King of Swords in a gentle way of yourself, and sometimes you will take control like the King of Swords in a firm way with yourself. So, but you're going to know, because you have the King of Swords and the King of Swords is very thoughtful, you're going to know how you need to react towards yourself as you are getting to know the new you. So sometimes you'll be gentle with yourself, and sometimes you'll be a little bit more firm with yourself in June of 2021, but you know that you're doing it in a logical manner, and you know that whatever you're doing, there's a reason for it. So that's June 2021. So July 2021, we have card number 29. Find the lesson, discover the purpose in a situation, trust that you are learning. And the tarot card for July is the Nine of Swords. There's a struggle with this card, the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is deep meditation. You know, it's meditation on things that are bothering you. There's almost like there could be a sleepless night representation of this card. Could be the representation of this card could mean sleepless nights, or a sleepless night and thinking so much that you can't sleep, or thinking so much that you can't have a restful sleep. So for July, though, there's something coming over the horizon. There's a struggle again for you in July with the Nine of Swords. There's a struggle to find out who you are, to identify who you are. As you see, there's a bunch of books around her that she's probably been reading to find out the answer to questions that she's having, or he is having. And there's a sun coming over the horizon, lighting up the room, and there's almost like a sense of relief with the sun coming over the horizon, because it's like, okay, I don't have to try to sleep anymore unless you're really, really tired. And then it's like, well, I've been up all night, and what have I been thinking about? What have I been dwelling on? What have I been sifting through in my mind? And how can I look at this in a light that will give me hope? And I think it's the fact that there's a sunrise over the horizon, which means that you made it through the night. It might not have been a sleepful night, a restful night. Sorry, it might not have been a restful night, but it was the night that you're done with. The night has finished, the sun has risen, it's a new day. You don't have to try to force yourself to sleep at night anymore. If you need to take a nap during the day, you can do that. There's like a hope where the worst is over. I do feel like that's the energy, is like the worst is over. Find the lesson, discover the purpose in a situation, trust that you are learning. So I do feel like this card, the Nine of Swords, is really saying the worst is over. Find the lesson. It says here, find the lesson, discover the purpose in a situation, trust that you are learning. Trust that you are learning. So the worst is over. Trust that you are learning. I see that for July 2021. You might have had a few struggles throughout the months that have passed. There is a strong sense of hope, though, with the Star card. Don't forget that you had the Star card. in April of 2021, which is a really strong energy of hope. So I feel like hope is carrying you through this 2021. It's not always going to be easy, but you have the Magician card as well, which is a strong sense of overcoming and creating what it is you need to create within yourself. And July is saying, find the lesson, discover the purpose in a situation, trust that you are learning. And the Nine of Swords is saying the worst is over. You've gone through the sleepless night, and now you can breathe easy and just continue to look into the things that will make you happy and the things that will make you feel satisfied and at peace. So that's a rough reading. I mean, but it's just acknowledging that you are going through hard times. There isn't a year that anybody could go through that doesn't have a little bit of hard times in it. And I think that, like I said, with the Star card symbolizing hope, that's the underlying thread, is that there is hope for you and you feel the hope there for you. The universe is bringing you that hope. And so even though you might struggle in 2021 here and there, there's always that sense of hope and overcoming and manifesting what it is you need to manifest through the difficulties. So let's go on to August 2021 for Virgo Suns. August 16, a moment's regret, nostalgia, idealizing the past, fearing you've made a mistake. And the Two of Cups. For August, a moment's regret, nostalgia, idealizing the past, fearing you've made a mistake. So one can't deny that in July, there could be something that you're feeling a sense of regret over. It could be with the Two of Cups, you could be feeling a sense of regret over somebody that you let into your life that maybe didn't really treat you that well or didn't really fulfill the ideas that you had that they would fulfill for you. Nostalgia means that you're thinking back at situations in your life and you're wondering about the nostalgia of them, how what they meant to you, how they touched your heart, how they made you feel. The nostalgia, idealizing the past. You're thinking about different situations with this person that you encountered and you're idealizing the past with them. You're remembering situations that you had with this person in the past that was a fun situation, that was a loving situation, that was a happy situation. Fearing you've made a mistake could be that you're fearing that you've made a mistake in regards to letting this person go or bringing this person into your life in the first place. It could be also with the Two of Cups. Sometimes I see the Two of Cups as a card of looking into the mirror and reflecting on yourself, reflecting on what you regret, reflecting on nostalgia, the things of the past and the things that you have done that you feel like were mistakes. But don't let yourself be overcome in July, because you have the Two of Cups. There's also a sense of you could meet somebody in July that is a perfect person for you as far as a friendship or a lover or a business partner. The Two of Cups is saying you could also be looking into the mirror and being like, yes, I accept my flaws. I accept the things about myself that I am not proud of, but I am going to cheers to myself and I'm going to be hopeful, again with the Star card and hope, and I'm going to continue to manifest what I want to see in my life, again with the Magician. And the Two of Cups is not a major arcana card. It's more of a life event where it's like you're either meeting somebody, feeling good with yourself. You see they're doing a cheers here at the sunrise or in the sun, and they're cheersing to their partnership, or they're cheersing to their celebration, or they're cheersing to their accomplishments. But there's something that you're also accomplishing in July of 2021 that's making you feel like you've done a good job. So it's not all bad. There's also that sense of fulfillment, like that you've done something that you could feel accomplished for. So that's July 2021. Let's go into August 2021. Card number 20, keep your temper. Don't allow anger to rule you. And the tarot card is the Tower Card number 16, Major Arcana, the Tower. Something could go terribly wrong for you in August, because the Tower card is saying something is being destroyed, something is being brought down to rubble. And you could be doing this for yourself. You could be getting rid of something in your life and taking extreme measures towards it. It doesn't have to be something that's happening to you. It could be something that you're manifesting. Maybe you're manifesting the end of a bad relationship. Maybe you're manifesting the end of your self-sabotaging ways. You know, it could be that you're constantly trying to self-sabotage yourself, but you know that there's hope that you can get past that and you can become somebody who builds themselves up. And with the Tower card, it could also be like you're bringing something down to the rubble, but you're also making way for something to be built on a new foundation. So it's almost like the Death card in the sense that there's a death, but there's also a rebirth. So there's a destruction, but there's also ground for rebuilding. And the card number 20 says, keep your temper, don't allow anger to rule you. So could be that you don't have to do this in anger. You don't have to destroy something that is not serving you in anger. You can do it in love. You can do it out of realizing that this thing is no longer serving you, meaning it's no longer benefiting you, it's no longer helping you, and now you need to get rid of it. But don't do it in a hot temper. Keep your temper. It says, don't allow anger to rule you. Don't allow yourself to become bitter and angry at the situation just because you feel like it's a lot of work to bring something down to zero, to recreate something. There's a sense of the universe saying, don't let yourself fume with anger fumes. Don't let yourself, I'm saying that because there's fumes in this Tower situation. So don't let yourself be fuming with anger when you are getting rid of something that's no longer serving you. Remember that with the Magician card, which is also a major arcana, just like the Tower, you are manifesting something greater for yourself. And so if you have to get rid of something that's not serving you anymore, it's because you are manifesting a new creation of something. And with the Hope card, the Star, there is hope that you're doing it the right way. So you don't have to be angry. There is always room for anger. Sure, you can get angry, but just keep your temper. Don't allow it to get so strong that it starts to rule you and starts to color how you see life. There's a caution here in September that you need to be cautious about not allowing yourself to be ruled by your temper, but allowing yourself to get angry because it's okay to feel that emotion, but just not to let that emotion rule you. And so this is September, so it could be your birthday, September, I believe it's September 22nd to October 22nd for Virgos. So maybe at the end of the month, you're celebrating your birthday. And maybe you're realizing now with this turn of your age that there are things with the Tower card that you don't want in your life. You feel like you're not taking them into the next year of your life because they're not what you want. There's this, whatever you are getting rid of, it's not something that you feel like you need as you enter into a new stage of life with this new year for you. So October 2021, we have card number 12. Lead the way, be a leader, show others how it's done. You can help others. Lead the way for October 2021. Lead the way. Be a leader. Show others how it's done. You can help others. And the tarot card for October is the Seven of Pentacles, which is a very strong card of abundance and manifestation and growth and harvest. There's also a sense of harvest with this card, bringing in the fruits of your labor. So now in October 2021, you're reaping the fruits of your labor. All that work that you did on yourself all throughout January, all the way to October 2021. You've done so much work on yourself, and now you're reaping the fruits of your labor. And it says, lead the way, be a leader, show how others how it's done. You can help others. And so everything that you cultivated within your life over the past 2021 year, you're you're being able to help others by leading the way because of all the work you've done within yourself and all the growth that you've experienced within yourself over the past 2021 year, all the way until October of 2021. You have manifested for yourself the ability to help others heal themselves, to help others get out of difficult situations by teaching them through your experience what it was like to delve into your shadow side. So it says, be a leader, show others how it's done. You can help others, lead the way. With the Seven of Pentacles, reaping what you sowed, reaping the seeds that have grown into a beautiful harvest. The pentacles can also be symbolic of money. I think this is your first pentacles card, and it's really about reaping could be like a paycheck, you know, like, or some sort of reward for something that you've put some work into. You could be reaping the benefits monetarily in October. You could be receiving a gift for your birthday of money. And it's something that you might not have been expecting, because we have the Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles can also be a spiritual card. And for sure, you're reaping spiritual labor that you've done on yourself with all that shadow work over the past year of 2021. So then we have November, and happy birthday to you if your birthday was in October of 2021. So now in November, we have card number 39. It says, uncertainty, choose who you will become. And the card is Judgment, card number 20, another major arcana, a wake-up call. Interesting. So card number 20 is like a wake-up call. But it doesn't have to be a wake-up call because you were sleeping during something that was important. It could just be a wake-up call, like you're responding to the universe, and the universe's call to you to create again. There's a little bit of uncertainty as to choosing who you will become. There is something that the universe is telling you in November that's causing you to, again, delve into yourself. There's a lot of self-work being done for you in 2021. It's so interesting because we started off talking about wisdom with the scrying ball, and how the Hermit is your card, and how you are abundant with good advice for people, and you have a logical mind because you're down to earth, because your sign is an earth sign. And the Judgment card is a beautiful card. I mean, there's a woman playing her flute and dancing down the pathway. And so there's a beauty to this Judgment card, which is saying, create your own song, create your own music, send out a wake-up call to the people around you, make people around you aware of the beauty that is around them, and also about the uncertainty that is around them, and choosing who they will become. You are helping people choose who they will become with this card, uncertainty. You are helping people face the uncertainty in life, and also choose how they will frame what they see. So remember how we were talking about you framing your experiences and being able to see things through a frame that is different than what the circumstance seems. Well, now in November, I see that you could be starting a YouTube channel, you could be starting a podcast, you could be just speaking to your children about the uncertainty of life, but also the idea that they can reframe their life and create their own song and wake up to the beauty, but the brevity of life, but also the beauty of life, and to the importance that speaking your truth has on the people around you and on the world around them. So you're really, I don't want to say preaching, because that sounds a little bit too forward. Preaching kind of has a negative connotation to it, but you are advising people to be aware of the fact that yes, life is uncertain, but it's also about choosing who they will become in certain situations that are difficult, because you went through this, right? You went through difficult situations, and you went through seeing things through a different lens so that they could be beneficial to you and not just a hindrance. So for December 2021, we have card number 32, belong to your own dream, create your own life. card number 32 for December 2021. Belong to your own dream, create your own life. And the tarot card is the Devil, another major arcana. So we had the Magician, the Star, the Tower, Judgment, and now we have the Devil. So the Devil, the energy of the Devil can be that of temptation. It could be that of, going against your conscience. That's what the Devil could represent. It could be representing going against your conscience, but you're belonging to your own dream and you're creating your own life. So you're not letting those calls of this alluring energy, you're not allowing the calls to grab you and take you in and make you feel like you're stuck. You're actually belonging to your own dream and creating your own life. So you've learned how to be strong, and in December you're taking that strength and you're using it for yourself to belong to your own dream and create your own life. And there will be calls that are calling you to take something to an extreme, or feel guilty about something, or move in a direction that you don't feel like your conscience is telling you to move into. There's going to be that energy for sure with the Devil card of being called. But I do feel like with the Oracle card saying belong to your own dream, create your own life, I do believe that you are moving in the direction that is best for you. But just remember that in December of 2021, there could be that temptation to not allow yourself to follow your instinct and your conscience, but to go in directions that aren't maybe the most beneficial for you. But the Devil can also be a card of enlightenment, because not everything that we are drawn to is going to be bad for us. There are some things that we're going to be tempted to do that will actually turn out to be good for us. And we thought that we were being tempted because we weren't sure if we should go in that direction. But then we realized that it was just our fear that was causing us to feel like we didn't want to go in that direction. So there's a strong difference between being tempted being tempted and feeling fear, or being tempted and feeling guilt. Because I think that when you feel guilt as you're being tempted, it's more so the fact that you shouldn't be going down a certain road, so to speak. But if you're if you're feeling fear and you feel like it's temptation, it's more so just the fact that you're feeling fearful, and not so much the fact that you shouldn't be going in that direction. So there's like a strong sense with the Devil of balance, wanting to balance where you're moving to, what direction you're going in, paying attention to ethics and morals and your belief system. I do feel in December, like again, with the belong to your own dream, create your own life, you are really touching on what you believe, what your belief system is. With the Devil card, that brings in that idea of what is your belief system? What do you believe is right for you? How do you see that as what is right for others? Do you enforce your beliefs on other people, or do you allow people to see things and learn for themselves? So yeah, there's a strong energy of like that whole pull of like good and bad, left and right, yin and yang, temptation, or or desire. Some things that we think they could be temptation, they're actually desire. And the fear that we're feeling makes us feel a little bit of a pushback when we want to go into a direction that is desirable to us. And we could think, oh no, it's just because I'm being tempted, but it's actually because there's a little bit of fear, but it's something that you actually desire. So just be aware of that in December of 2021, that there's going to be that duality of temptation versus desire. And I know that temptation works on desire as well, because if it wasn't something that we desired, we wouldn't be tempted by it, right? But if it's something that we desire, but there's a fear there, it's just that there's a fear, and we should still try to face our fears and move in the direction that we think is helping us to belong to our own dream and create our own life. I'm saying our, but I mean this for Virgo suns. So your own dream, creating your own dream and belonging to your own life. So let's get a tarot card for the overall lesson for 2021 for you, Virgo suns. The overall lesson for Virgo suns, please, universe. What is it? The overall lesson for 2021 for my Virgo suns, please, Spirit. The Page of Wands. The overall lesson is the Page of Wands. There's a youthful energy to this card, and there's also spiritual determination. And when I say there's a youthful energy, I say there's an innocence, there's a naivety, there is an ability to learn. And I think that that's the strength that you have in January and in all the months of 2021, the year of 2021. There's a strong ability for you to look at things as a beginner. And I think that's where your saving grace lies for 2021, is that you're looking at things with fresh eyes, like a beginner, with fresh eyes, with fresh determination, with a fresh spirituality, with a fresh drive and ambition, because we have the Page of Wands, and the wands are symbolic of the element of fire, which is spirituality, ambition, drive, determination, also creativity. So you're using your creative ability in whatever way you can during the year of 2021 to really get yourself out of those situations that you might not feel comfortable in, or you might not feel happy with. But there's that sense of wanting to see things new and being able to see things as a youth. And I think that that's exactly what your ability is. Your ability is to see things with youthful eyes. And when you see things with youthful eyes, you always see things as if they're new to you. And there's always that sense of wonder for you. So I do feel like 2021 is teaching you to see things with a new set of eyes and with a sense of wonder. So let's just scry in the crystal ball before I let you go, and see what the final message is for you, Virgo Sons. I'm thinking about Yule because I'm seeing the word Yule. And Yule is a celebration of the shortest day and the longest night. But Yule is also a celebration of the days getting longer. And so there is that duality of, yes, this is the shortest day and this is the least amount of sun that we'll have during this year, and this is the most amount of dark that we'll have during this year. But then there's also that duality of, this is also bringing in longer days, and from here on out we will see the sun for longer amounts of time. And so it's all about, again, how do you see things? How do you frame things? How do you look at life, and what is your outlook bringing to you? Is it bringing to you positivity, or is it bringing to you a negative outlook? And I think that that's really what 2021 is saying to you, is that make sure that you're framing your life and the things around you in a frame that is coloring what is happening to you in a way where you can learn and grow and feel grateful for the growth that you're achieving and that you're enduring and that you're benefiting from. So that's what I saw in the crystal ball. I hope this was a helpful tarot reading for 2021 for you, Virgo Sons. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell if you do subscribe, so that you don't miss a video that I can put out in the future. Also, feel free to leave a comment down below and leave a like on this video if you found it helpful. I really appreciate your support, and I hope you have a blessed 2021. Bye, Virgo Sons.